Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are, magnificent, conscious wealth creators, supreme conscious wealth creators. Andrea here, and we're sorry we weren't able to go live last week, but we're here today um, with all of you. If you are here, um, if you're going live, if you're watching us live, please hashtag live in the comments below, and please give StreamYard permission to see so that we can see your comments and your name. And if you're watching this on replay, please hashtag replay and write comments, give us some love, and yeah, we're gonna have a great time today. And we're here with the beautiful Angela. Angela, would you like to say something?
Oh, I just wanted to say good morning. Yeah, it's been it's been a crazy morning already.
Oh, yeah.
Lots going on.
So
But we're
what
here.
time is it?
It's 6 a.m.
It's
now.
6 a.m. Okay, it's
Hmm.
7 a.m. for me. And I think I went to bed past midnight.
Oh, yeah, I thought, oh, I'll be good. And I tried to go to bed like 10, but I was awake at 1, I was awake at 3, and then at 5, my cat was really sick this morning. So yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, it's
Hence
been a rough
coffee.
morning.
It's all good.
Okay, cheers. Well, today we're going to talk about the call to action. But before we talk about the call to action, let's do a little review. And I'm catching a cold, so yep. Hey, good colds.
Right.
Um, Welcome to Mastermind Monday. No, it's not Monday, it's Wednesday. We're
Yeah.
here to clarify and zoom in on your ideal client. So, who is your ideal client? Have you found out? Go really quick. Let's begin with the spirit of gratitude. I easily attract and magnetize my ideal clients. They are happy and eager to join this supportive, loving community. That's what you want. You want your clients to know that this community is supportive, that this community is on track, that this community aligns with their values, with their with their ideals, with their principles. And because if they do, if they know that, then they're going to want to join. So they want to invest in their growth. You want your clients to want to invest in their growth. If they don't invest, then you don't have a business, right? And if they don't invest, then they don't have any growth. They don't have there's no benefit to um, their joining a program, right? And
Right.
so they want to take action. You want your ideal clients to take action. And that's why we have the CTAs, the call to actions. Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say absolutely. Like that was one of the things that really was something that I didn't quite understand in the beginning. I was doing all these posts and people were loving it and they were commenting on it, but then it kind of stopped there. Then what? What do they do, right? So that's a really important piece to add in is you want them to take that next step, right? Into working with you, to coming into this program, to create that growth and that change. Hmm.
Exactly. So it's really important that we take that call to action, that that we ask for the sale, and that we take that step further, and and also we let them know what it is that they're going to get. So when you start with the spirit of gratitude, you begin to understand that you are enough, you do enough, and you have enough. I honor my goals with great responsibility, and success, financial wealth, and happiness come easily to me. I love how excited and happy my clients feel to join this program, to work independently and together as a team. I, you know, some people may say, "Well, I'm looking at the person next to me, and they're not doing anything," or "I don't see the group growing." They will ask. They'll look to the right and they'll look to the left, and they'll say, "I don't see what's going on." And what would be the problem there? Um,
Right?
Sorry.
That's what yeah, that's exactly what you don't want to be doing, right? That's that comparison, that's comparing, right? And um, you are not that person beside you. You are not that person that's maybe doing more or doing less than you are, right? You are you, and you want your clients to resonate with you. Um, so yeah, I know that I used to do that too often. Look around and see what everybody else is doing and do that comparison factor, right? And it's not what you see on the outside that's going on, really. It's about what you're doing on the inside that's going to make that difference. So I just think that's kind of
Exactly.
important.
Exactly. And it's really, really important because um, it really, when you start to look around, when you start to look and see what other people are doing, then you stop focusing on your end result or desired. And you start having this fear that, oh, I don't see anybody winning or I don't see anybody doing anything, so I'm not going to do anything. And it's contagious. That kind of mindset, that fixed mindset is contagious. So you got to move forward. You got to have that focus and take action.
Yeah,
Take action. Everything, it's, if you can give your client or your ideal clients a call to action, then you got to first give yourself a call to action. You got to first take action for
you do.
yourself, not because somebody else is doing it, but because you know that when you take action, you give value to others. You know that when you take action, you're making your dreams a reality. You know that when you take action, you're moving forward. And not because other people are moving forward, but because you are moving forward.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important when we're taking action that we keep in mind. This is why I think it's important to let everything outside of you go, because you want to, more importantly, I think, than just taking action, is you want to take that aligned action. You really want to be thinking about how you want your clients to grow, and um, what you want that to look like, and really come from that place of
Yeah,
having your emotions and your thoughts in alignment with the action steps that you're taking. Otherwise, you're just taking all these steps and it's not going to go anywhere, right? So let go of everybody else, focus on your journey with your client, and take that action.
exactly. And that's how we talk. And we've been talking about how do we talk with our ideal client. And
Mm-hmm.
and we've been discussing for the past weeks how it's really important for us to focus on reaching out to our ideal clients to build long lasting relationships. And so when we don't take a call to action, when we don't take our own call to action, when we don't take action, then we're not able to build relationships because it's sporadic, our engagement. And we're not a I've done this before as well, where I I will focus on um, doing posts, but I won't focus on connecting with my ideal clients. So everything has to be in alignment. Everything has to
Mm-hmm.
be congruent. If we want our ideal clients to come to us, then we've got to take the right action steps. We've got to be able to post every day or consistently, not every single day, maybe
Mm-hmm.
if we don't have time. You may have other things that you have to do, but you do have to be consistent. And you also need to connect with your ideal clients as well. When they connect with you on Messenger or when they connect with you with your stories, we
Mm-hmm.
have to reciprocate as well.
Absolutely. I think that's part of building relationships with your clients, right? You
Yeah,
appreciate them. If it wasn't for them commenting and engaging in your posts, um, you wouldn't have that. So yeah.
exactly. Exactly. And let me just check and see if we're actually going live. I don't see us going live actually, but let me see. Yeah, maybe.
It says live at the top. I don't know if that means
Yes.
anything.
Okay. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yes, we are. We are. I was just because I was having problems going in, and I was just like, okay, something's going on today because my internet wasn't working. But we
Oh
are
yes.
live. Okay.
Perfect.
Good. And so, if you're watching this live, please comment. So give
So
us
we know
some
you're there.
love. Call to action. Comment and give us some love. Okay. So yeah, so
Awesome.
no, we don't just need to listen to our ideal clients to understand. We don't. Um, we listen to with compassion, and we listen for a solution to give a
Right.
solution. But not only that, but we also listen to our ideal client to know what it is that they want so that we can offer that. And so, in our call to action, we've got this for you.
Yeah,
This
we've
is
got
what,
that solution.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If they don't know that we have a solution for them, then they will not be able to take action either. So, listen to offer a solution. Then the next step, how to move forward consistently. Sorry, my throat is not working today. Um,
Today's that day.
yep, it's sorry, I've got this raspy throat.
Yeah.
So
Lots of
how do
water and
we?
some honey.
Yep,
Honey and
yeah,
lemon for you,
yeah,
girl.
yes, and lemongrass. Lemongrass is
Oh, yeah,
excellent,
yeah. Yes,
essential
yes.
oil. Yeah. So how to move forward consistently? So how do we move forward consistently? We've been talking about this for a while. So knowing your product is important. Knowing what you are offering your clients is really important to know that. And show up authentically as well.
Absolutely.
Always come from the standpoint that you are going to be authentic. You're going to be you, not the person next door, not the person that's way up there, not the person that's way down there. You're going to be you. You're going to be yourself. And if you're afraid to be yourself, or if you're afraid to show up, then it's going to be very difficult to connect with your ideal clients.
Absolutely. Because they will see that. Your clients will pick up on that. And you want your client um, you want to lead by example. Really. You really do. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I think that's
yeah.
so important.
Exactly, lead by example. And it's not just when you're attracting your ideal client or you're working in a business environment, or, I mean, everywhere you'll be working in a business environment, a professional environment, but everywhere
Everywhere.
you got to lead by example. If you don't lead by example, then again, like you said, Angela, people are going to pick up on that. People are going to
Hmm.
know that you're not leading by example, and that they can't you can't develop trust with them.
That's
So
right.
it's really, really important to lead by example. And so show up consistently and show up with a clear focus for your ideal audience. Show up with value. And we talked about that as well. So, how to prepare your product. Um, People want to know what you're offering. If you don't know what you're offering, then you can't really do a call to action,
That's
right?
a big one. This is a big one, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When your ideal clients are when your ideal clients value what you're offering, then you don't need to sell to them. They will come to you. They will say, you know what, I like I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
You look like you're successful. Uh,
I
Tell me
want
what is it?
that.
Yeah,
Right? I
exactly.
want to do that. What are you doing? How can I do
Exactly.
that?
They're going to
Yeah.
raise their hand and they're going to say, you look like you're doing well. You look successful. What is it that you're doing? And I want to do it too. So
Right.
you project that confidence in your posts, you project that confidence in your lives, you project that confidence in your stories, and you project that you are moving forward, and you let people know that what it is that you're doing is truly getting you the success that you desire. And it's not just financial success.
I was just going to say this. This is, yes.
Good. We're on the
Yeah.
same page. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
absolutely. I was just going to say, sometimes I know for me, as a gauge, I used to always assume that your success was dependent on the finances. And that's generally one of the last things to come. It's really the inner work, the growth that comes in your awareness, in your value, in your story, in the things that you're sharing. That is success when you look back and you're like, wow, have I ever grown? So don't necessarily measure or assume that success is always financial. That will come for sure, but it isn't always the first thing to come. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So, I was thinking about this because when we go into this online digital entrepreneur journey, we think, okay, the first thing that comes to mind is making money. Okay, I'm going to make money here. I'm desperate to make money. But the fact of the matter is that you're going on a journey. You are going on a journey that's going to take you through a process of growth, a process of learning, a process of understanding. Um, Imagine getting hired in a position, going to a company and getting hired. Um, yes, you're going to get paid a salary, but before you get paid that salary, you're going to have to do some training. And in
Right.
that training, you're going to have to learn certain things and you're going to have to show proficiency in those things. And so that's the value that you're getting. You're getting lots of value, but you can only get that value if you take action for yourself.
Mhm.
If you go and look at the trainings, if you go and take the test and pass the test, everything that you do in on that journey, within that process, you're getting value. It's not just the financial value, but it's the growth, the process, the transformation that you're going through. So, for example, when I joined a year ago, or a little over a year ago now, I joined a program and I didn't know anything about affiliate marketing. I had no idea what organic affiliate marketing was going to be like. And so I had to consume that information. And that's exactly why I bought the product. That's why I
Mhm.
joined, because I wanted to use it. The only way that you can become an affiliate, a proficient affiliate to something, is by you trying out the product, by you knowing what the product does, by you knowing that the product does add value to your life, it does do something to your life. And so then you can share that with others.
And that's the story. I think when you're, in your posts and stuff, it's your story of your growth, of the things
Yeah,
that you've learned and the ways that you've grown. Um, that to me is what I think your clients are looking for more than anything. It's not always like, oh, look at they've made millions of dollars in here. I'm going to do that too. Yeah, that's lovely, but it's generally the experiences, the feelings, the emotions that are attached to that growth, that you learn, that unfold for you being, um, in this journey, right?
yeah,
In being in this community.
yeah,
It's I think that's
exactly.
just huge.
Exactly. And that makes sense in any area. Again,
Mhm.
going back to our education, for example, when we went to college, when we got a degree. And so before I started this journey, I was looking into going back to school and getting my master's. And, I was going through several programs, and some of the best programs, I would go through the information, and at the end, it would say, um, one class, you'll have to take 60 classes, 60 course program for a master's degree, and each class, $5,000.
Right.
And you're not and when you pay this money up front.
Yeah.
And 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 in addition to that, if you don't pass the curriculum, if you don't put in the time, if you don't put in the effort, if you don't put in all your energies, your most vital resources, your time, your effort, your energy, your
You're all
focus,
in.
your money, all these five elements have to go into this equation for you to be able to get that degree. And you got to do it over a period of 2.5 years, or maybe 3 years, or
Yeah.
maybe 4 years or 5 years. And you're going to invest in yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you're not going to see the result of that until you get that degree, because
That's
you
right.
won't be able to use it. That you won't be, well, effectively, you won't be able to use it if you want to get a job in a company, or if you want to start up your own business. You won't be able to do that until you get that degree. And
Exactly.
so when we think about that, we go into this online digital entrepreneur programs. We got to think about that. How long is the process that's going to take for you to be able to implement the knowledge that you've acquired? Because you got to acquire some form of knowledge, and that's
Absolutely.
your call to action. if you don't acquire a certain amount of knowledge, a certain amount of confidence, a certain amount of ability to be able to promote the product, to be able to talk with your ideal client, to be able to know what it is that you need to do to attract your ideal clients, to give them a call to action, then you're not going to be able to get the results that you desire ultimately.
Exactly. And really, however, I mean, the length of time it takes for you to get to that stage it's up to you. It's really how focused, how dedicated, how consistent, how bad do you want that? You know, um, it can happen quickly or it can happen slowly. It really determines on how much effort you put in. If you go into this the same as you would if you were going to school, you're all in. You know, you're all in, right? So
Yeah,
if you, this is the same. This is the school of you. So
exactly.
you
and
know,
and so
go
you've
in.
got to be, yeah, Angela, you are spot on, because you know you have to go all in. You can't
Mhm.
just say, well, I just want the money, but I don't want to take
All the stuff that I need
it.
to do,
Yeah,
right? You
I
don't do
don't.
that going to school.
Well, we
You
can't.
know?
If we do that, what happens is that you're going to flunk out.
Yeah.
You're going to flunk out. My daughter, when my daughter started school, she would call me and she would be crying. She's like, "Mom, I have so much homework. I have to read so much, and I got a test tomorrow, and I've got an essay the next day, and this and that." And I would just laugh and I would say, "Guess what, Aries?" My daughter's name is Aries.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Like, guess what, Aries? And she's like, "What?" Like, "You're in college now."
Right? Welcome to the real world.
"You're in college now." And she's like, "I know, Mom." Like, and guess what? And she would say, "What?" "You got to do the work. That's
Yeah.
It's called college. It's called university. It's called
Right?
learning. It's called, you got to put in the effort. You got to put in the energy. You got to
You do.
put in the focus. You got to, and you put in some money too. And that money
Right?
comes, it's not coming from you." And she's like, "I know, and I feel guilty if I flunk this class, and you guys are paying for it." And I was like, "That's why you got to put in the effort."
Right? But I think a thing that's, I know for me that's really kind of been helpful is because, you know, when you're in that, like your daughter can probably totally relate to this, but when
Yeah.
you're in it, it can feel so overwhelming. You want that end result so bad, but you're stuck in this current, I gotta work, I gotta work. But I think it's really important in those moments is to, why are you doing it? Why did you go to school? You went to school because you wanted this to happen, right? You wanted to have this business, you want to help others, you want to see your clients succeeding, and you want that. And so when it's tough and it's hard, you know, focus on that, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yes, I've got to do this, but this is worth it to get that,
Yeah,
right? And
exactly.
that's, you know, that's what's
Exactly.
going to propel you forward in those moments of crying because you have all this work to do.
Yeah, exactly. And just like my daughter, she's crying because she's got a test.
Mhm.
She's crying because she's got an essay due. She's crying because she's got to read a 200-page book. And
One
she's not,
step at a time.
yeah, exactly. One day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time. And that's why a lot of people say that they're getting overwhelmed, that when they go
Yeah.
into these programs, they feel overwhelmed. Well,
Mhm.
the reason for that is because you're thinking about all the things that you can't do rather than focusing
Right.
on the things that you can do, one step at a time.
Yeah.
Make the effort, go one step at a time. And you may not get the results, the immediate results that you want at that specific moment. But
Mhm.
if you're consistent, taking that call to action, because again, we can't give somebody a call to action. We can't give our audience a call to action if we're not implementing that call to action ourselves.
Absolutely.
It
And
doesn't work.
somebody had said, I remember hearing this once and it stuck with me in those moments of overwhelm and, oh my God, I have like eight, I have this, and all these things to do. If you just focus on being 1% better today than you were yesterday, and you think about that every day, 1%, just 1% better every day, you are moving in the right direction. You're doing something in the progression of your goal, of your desire, of your outcome, you are going to achieve that success,
Yep.
whether it's today or tomorrow or next year. You're moving in the right direction. So
Yeah.
when things are really that, you're still taking the action, you're doing the action steps that you need to take, but you're breaking it down into simpler blocks, right? So just 1%,
Yeah.
1% every day. We can all do that. We should be doing that
Exactly.
in our life in general, right? So that really
Exactly.
helped me. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And that helps you, that helps us to overcome that feeling of overwhelm, that
Yeah,
you're not trying to do 100% everything.
exactly.
You're trying to do 1%. And when I talk about trying, I don't mean just trying. Like, if somebody
Mm-hmm.
tells me, try to lift that chair, then I'm just going to be like, I'm trying.
Right.
But you don't do it. You that 1% that you want to improve every day, you got to do it. You can't just say, I'm trying. Because
Right.
if you're saying that you're trying, it means you're not accomplishing
Exactly.
that. So,
Yeah, there was this bumper sticker I saw. I can't remember exactly how it went, but that's pretty much exactly what it was. There's no trying. You're either doing or you're not, right?
exactly,
And it's true. Like, what is this you're trying? Hmm. Trying to what?
exactly,
You either are or you aren't, right?
exactly. You're either doing it, you're either taking that call to action with yourself and doing and going through the process, taking those steps step by step. And if you have to take a break, you take a break. If
Absolutely.
you have to pause, you pause. If you have to move forward, you move forward. If you just do it. You got to do it. And you can't say it's the program. You can't just say, oh, it's because this program doesn't work for me.
It's your program. It's your inner program. I've
Yeah,
had, right?
exactly.
I've had, because I've done that. Like I'll go all in and then I'll just like, not today, right?
Yeah,
That's not the program. That's not the material. That's not the teacher. That's me, right? That's
exactly.
my inner program, right? And
Exactly.
so getting clear and really being aware of yourself and your inner program is key. It is key,
Exactly.
right? That's how you're
Exactly.
going to change those habits and those beliefs.
Yeah.
I'm no longer that person that tries, right? I am that woman that does
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Even if
Yeah.
it's just one thing every day,
Exactly, exactly.
right?
And you know that
But
it
that's on
may
you.
take you longer than other people, but we don't really know where other people are at.
That's
We're
right.
just making assumptions. We don't
Hmm.
really know where other people are at because we're not in their situation. We're not in their
Absolutely.
shoes. So we can only make assumptions of what other people are doing. So, if we say, "Oh, well, I don't see this group growing or I don't see anybody showing up." Well, maybe they're showing up somewhere else.
Right?
Maybe they're doing something else somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Maybe their journey is their journey. So,
Yes,
us worrying about what other people are doing is actually affecting us, is
it
actually
is.
demotivating us, is actually giving us this stupor of inaction,
Yeah.
inactivity. And
We need to
so
let go of what other people are doing. What other people are doing is none of your business. Really, it's not. It's what you're doing that's your business, right?
exactly. Exactly.
It's
Be in your business. Be
yeah.
in your business. Be in your business. And because that's what you're trying to, because that's what you're creating. You're creating your business. You're
Mhm.
creating, you're going through this journey and you're creating exactly what you are working for. You're
Mhm.
creating wherever you are on this journey at this point. It's because you created it in the past. You took the call to action. You made the effort. You put in the focus. And so now you're living that. You're living that reality.
Mhm.
And now, in the present time, whatever you're going to get in the future, it's what you're doing. If you are frustrated right now, if you are feeling depressed, or if you are feeling whatever you're feeling right now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's going to affect what you're going to do tomorrow. That's going
Absolutely.
to affect what you're doing, what you're going to do the day after tomorrow. And so applying that call to action, applying that those action steps, that positive mindset, that rather than a fixed mindset, you've
Right.
got to move forward with your growth mindset. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. What matters is what I'm doing. What am I
Mm-hmm.
doing today? Today I'm going to wake up, even though I have a sore throat, I'm going to
Right.
wake up and do this live because this is my call to action.
Right. And I think more importantly, in that, you're absolutely right. Right. It would have been very easy to be like, oh, I'm too tired. I'm too
Yeah,
sore. I'm too sick.
yeah,
But I think that this is one of the things that we need to understand is in that action step, neither one of us are, oh, gotta do this. Okay, fine, here I am. No, we're here because we want to be here.
yeah,
We want to be here because this is part of our growth. It's part of our growth for our clients, our customers, their clients, right? It's this ripple effect
yeah.
that we're creating because it's part of our journey, it's part of our growth, it's part of our story, and it's coming from our heart. It's coming from an authentic, sincere place.
Exactly.
And so that action is it is going to do that much more for your growth because of the place you're coming from in it, right? So
Exactly.
you don't just do the mechanical, right? Come from um, that inspired action. It's in alignment,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Like you just told me, I sent you the message and you said, I've only slept 4 hours.
Yeah,
And I was like, and it's like, okay, is she gonna make it? Yeah. And
yeah, yeah,
you did. You showed up. You showed
mm-hmm.
up, even though you only slept a few hours. And even
Right,
though I have a sore throat, even
right.
though I'm having a hard time speaking, you know,
And that's the
you
growth.
follow
So
through. You follow through and you do what you
absolutely,
need to do rather than looking for excuses, rather than saying, oh, I'm too
yeah, too tired.
tired. Oh, I'm too sick. Oh, I'm too this and that and the other. Well, you follow through.
That's right. And that's the growth. I think that's
Yeah,
part of the success. Isn't always the money, right?
yeah,
But it's the growth. A year ago, yeah, I might have been like, you know what? I'm really sorry. I just can't. I
yeah.
don't, I'm not in it. That's the growth. Yeah, I can. Because,
And where did we get that? Where did we get that mindset? Where,
right, yeah, that comes from putting in the work. That
yeah,
comes from doing the work, the
and
inner work,
following, yeah, and
doing the
following the
steps.
steps that
Absolutely.
program
Teaches us,
teaches
right?
us, puts
Yeah,
forth
yeah,
in the training. So have you looked in the training? Have you looked at your training? Did you
right.
go into this program to take action, or did you go into this program to passively sit back and wait for things to happen to you? And if you did, if you're going into a program where you want to sit back and wait for things to happen to you, um, the things that happen to you might not be, it's not going to be what you
What you want,
desire. It's not going to
right?
be what you want. It's going to be what whatever
Yeah.
falls, wherever, it's like throwing a deck of cards. You're throwing them up in the air, and they're not going to fall aligned, nicely stacked back on the table. They're going to fall all over the place. And so
Mhm.
it's the action steps that you take, and it's what you focus on that's going to give you the results. So again, going back to that call to action, are you taking that call to action for yourself, or are you making excuses? Are you saying, I've got, when are you accountable for yourself? Are you taking accountability? Are you responsible? Are you saying, okay, well, I want to get to point A to point Z, and in order for me to get from point A to point Z, I need to take these action steps. And you do them, and it may take you 10 years, 20 years, but you do them. You do
Yeah,
those action steps rather than sitting back and saying, this isn't working for me. I don't understand this. I hate this. I've
right.
never done this before. I will never be able to do this. This is really frustrating. And then you just get stuck
Yeah,
in that mode, that and that's actually your own call to action, but it's a call to action that's not that's not
it's not productive.
progressive.
Yeah, and
That's
sometimes in
Go
those
ahead.
moments, because I've had them, I've had those moments myself where I'm just like, "Oh, it's not, it's not, not where I want to be. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything." But if you stop in that moment and just sit with that for a minute, right? And then look
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Sometimes we forget to look back a week
Yeah.
ago
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
see, actually, you know what? A week ago, I wouldn't have done that. But today, I've done that. And sometimes we do. We are our own worst critic most of the time, right? So take a minute when you're feeling those emotions that, oh, okay, am I doing all that I could do? Well, you probably aren't. Okay, what could I do today? Right?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. Exactly. And take and take that action, because
yeah,
you're going to begin to feel more confident, much
absolutely.
more confident. So when we're talking about call to action, again going back to our topic today, when we're talking, yeah, I mean, everything is just comes from you. It's just like, you can't say I'm going to do a call to action so that people will come to me, and I'm not taking that myself. I'm not applying that to my own life. Whatever you're doing with yourself, that's what's going to project out, because everything comes from within. So
Mhm.
if you want to create the know, like, and trust factor, you got to know yourself. You got to trust yourself. You got to like yourself.
Right?
it,
Yes,
it's
yes.
going to project outwards. That inner feeling, those inner emotions, those inner thoughts, that inner self-talk. It's going to, if it's negative for yourself, it's going to be negative for others as well.
Hmm.
So there's no way around it. There's
Right?
absolutely no way around it.
There isn't. And for me, like sometimes we don't realize this. Like just going back to the inner talk and how it comes out. If we are, judging ourselves or we're not feeling good about ourselves or whatever, sometimes we don't notice it.
Yeah,
Because I was that for a long time, and I didn't realize that I was in fact holding a low image of myself, and
yeah,
it's really going back and doing that inner work that we teach, right? The behind the scenes thing. Do that inner work. If you're not where you want to be in some areas and you think you're doing the action steps and you're missing something,
yeah,
do that. Look at that, and then do that action step, right?
exactly. Exactly. So what is going to move you from point A to point Z? The action steps. And
Mm-hmm.
are you reliable? Are you being reliable? Are you being transparent? Are you being yourself? Are you being authentic? Are you being proactive? Are you taking those action steps and saying, okay, you know what? This is on me. It's not on somebody else. It's not on the person to the left of me. It's not on the
Right.
person to the right of me. It's not on the person in front of me. It's not on the person behind me. This is on me. I've got to be proactive. And proactive means that you are taking action. You are taking action.
I always say, own your shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Exactly. You
Own it.
own it. You've got to own it. You've got to own it. If you don't own it, then nobody else is going to own it. And if you don't do what you need to do, there's help me out, Angela. There's a quote.
Well, there's so
If
many.
if you don't take charge of your life, somebody else is going to
So,
take charge of your life. Or
absolutely, yeah, either, yeah,
there's there's a I see it all the time on Facebook, on the posts. If
yeah.
you're
We'll think
if
about
you
it when we get off of here. But basically, that's the message, right? And it's true. If you
yeah,
don't, someone else will, right?
yeah,
And that's one of
yeah,
the things that I liked that when I heard the quote. Like, well, it wasn't a quote. I probably made the quote, but it's somewhere along the lines of own your shit. It's
yeah,
a good thing because
yeah,
if you don't like it, if you're not happy with where it is, where it's going, you change it. You're the one that's created it, so you're the one that can change it. So take the action steps to change it to what you want it to
precisely.
be,
So
right?
yeah, be available. If you want to attract your ideal clients, be available. Be available,
Mhm.
be authentic, take action. Take
Yeah.
action on your responsibilities. Whatever you need to do, you got to take action. And and something else that I've noticed is that if you take action and you don't show or express gratitude for the results that you're getting, however minimal they may be, that's also going to affect you. It's
Hugely.
going to affect you. For example, being grateful for this program. You know, you can only be grateful for this program if you do the program. If you go in and do the training, you will only be able to feel gratitude, because once you go into this program, once you go into the trainings, you will see how much work Brianna has done to bring this to pass, to bring this program to fruition. And you will only be able to understand her mindset and her intentions, the mission, the vision of this program when you go into the program, when
When you do
you
the
do the
work.
training, and when you take action on that
Mhm.
training. So it's really, really important to go in and own it, take action, and feel responsible for it, and then be open to the fact that you are getting value. You are getting value when you are taking action, when you are
Absolutely.
proactive. Otherwise, it's just like it's just like buying something at the store and putting it in the refrigerator and forgetting about it, or
Yeah.
putting it in the closet and forgetting about it, or just putting it underneath your bed. I don't like things underneath my bed, but some people do.
Yeah,
But
right. It's yeah, right? What's the point? I don't
yeah,
know. It's
yeah.
just there.
So it's your everything starts from you. Your call to action is to take those steps needed for you to feel appreciation, for you to feel
Absolutely.
gratitude for the things that you have yourself manifested. You came into this program. I'm not saying this particular program, but whatever program that you're in, you went into this program for a reason. There is no coincidence. You
Of
went into
course
the
not.
program for a reason, and when you take action, when you go in and you clear your mind and you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to get benefit no matter what.
Yeah.
Um, and it's not going to be, and it may not be financial benefit right now, but I'm going to learn something from it. I
Yeah.
spent I spent over $17,000 before I came into this program,
Mhm.
and I didn't get a dime back from that. But that doesn't mean that I didn't get any results. I
Right.
did get lots of results. I found out what it was that I didn't want to do. I found out what it was that I didn't like. I found
Mhm.
out a lot about myself. And I
That's
found
key.
out that, hey, you know what? This digital online programs, it's not as hard as I imagined them to be.
Right.
Um, I can learn the information. I can go through the steps. If I'm patient, I can do that. I can take that call to action. I can apply it to myself, and I can learn something from it. And it may not seem like what you're learning is big, but it's you will never know until you continue taking action.
Yeah. That's right. And yeah, be grateful for those things, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, like you said, you didn't get any financial gain from it, but you still got gain. You learned more about yourself, right? It gave
Yeah.
you the foundation. And who knows, maybe that's what led you to this program,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
love I love watching some of my clients, and I'm gonna mention her name. One of my clients, she I won't mention her name because
Okay. Yeah.
just she may not want me to mention her
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
but I know when she came into the program, she was all in, and she told me about how it's interesting because I asked her, what is your goal? And she said, I want to become confident in myself. I want to grow confidently, because I feel that I lack, what was the word that she used? She said, well, it was something to the effect that she lacked self motivation, not self motivation, but
Conf-
um, self
Self-esteem, self-confidence.
self confidence. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
I'm losing it now. I'm losing
It's
my
okay.
train of thought.
Right? It's okay. I know
she,
what you
she
meant.
said, I'm lacking self confidence, and
Mm.
and
Mhm.
and I want to improve my self confidence. I want to feel more confident. And oh my goodness,
Beautiful.
she
That's
goes into
beautiful.
this program and she has grown so much confidently. And that's because she takes action every single day.
Right.
Every single day I see her posts, and people are responding to her. People are responding to her, and she's doing lives. And if you're
Nice.
watching this, you know who you are. So kudos to you because you're amazing. Um,
I love
yeah,
that.
she's taking action, and and you feel so proud of your clients when they do that. You feel so proud because that is success. That
It
truly is
is.
success. That's something, you can make money anywhere in the world. You can go and make money at any time. Really, you
Yeah,
can.
absolutely.
It's just,
Absolutely.
making money is not a big deal, but growing in self confidence, um, getting out of your shell.
That will carry her all over life, all over, right? In every way.
Yeah,
So that's beautiful. I love that.
yeah, 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 yeah. And there's that quote: an entrepreneur is someone who jumps off a cliff and builds a plane on the way down,
Right?
right? So if you're scared to take action, then if you are scared to take action yourself, then how can you expect your clients to take action?
That's right.
It just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. So you got to, like you said, Angela, you got to lead by example. You got to lead by
Absolutely. You
example.
do. You do.
And it's not just saying, oh well, I'm doing this program that's helping me to become more confident. Well, yeah, if you're doing a program that's helping you to become more confident and you're not, why
Show
is
it.
that? Why is
Right?
that? You got to ask yourself some questions. Why are you not feeling more confident? It's like buying a gym
Member.
subscription and
Yeah,
saying, I'm
membership.
going to get lots of muscles, and then just sitting at home looking at the
Wait.
subscription, looking at how much you paid for it, looking at the paper, looking at the bill, and saying, "Ooh, I paid $900 for this subscription, and I'm gonna get lots of muscles, and I'm gonna have a six pack, and I'm gonna get whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose 60 pounds," and you don't, because
Hmm.
and you're
And
looking
you
at that
won't if you don't
subscription.
take the action.
Yeah,
Right? You know?
exactly. So taking accountability. So taking accountability and owning, like you said, Angela, owning it, owning your part, owning
Hmm.
that you are responsible, that you, if you don't take your own call to action, if you don't take action, then nothing is going to happen. And
That's
that's
right.
before, during, and after. Before,
Hmm.
during, and after. Every single day, before, during, and after. Ah, my
Hmm.
throat.
Oh,
Ah, I'm gonna get
right.
through this. This is fun. I'm having a great time, but I'm gonna
You
get
are,
through
but your throat might not be.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But again, when you make a decision, um, when you feel responsible, when you take accountability, there's nothing. What was Louise Hay? She said, "Nothing but good can come out of this."
Right?
Isn't
And
that
that's I
wonderful?
love that. I love that. And it's true. You know what? And it really both you have got to believe that. You've got to know that. Go into it with that expectation.
Yeah.
Expect only, beautiful things to come from it.
Yep. Exactly.
You came here for a reason because you wanted beautiful things,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. And again, we've talked about this, and we're going to go on. And I mean, we've talked about the call to action. So again, everything comes from you, coming from you outward. Um, and, and, and that's where you have to know the power of your story. You may say, I haven't done anything. My life is a failure. Well, if your life is a failure, that's a story there.
For sure.
That's a
That
story.
story will relate. Somebody will
Yeah.
resonate with that story,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
turn that around. Share
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
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 And then
Because,
change it. Right?
yeah, the
You
fact
change your
that,
story.
yeah, yeah. I was reading, I was reading something about the Alcoholics Anonymous, this program, and they were talking about how the best counselors are the ones who have been there and done that.
Absolutely. Hmm. Right? Because you can relate. You
Yeah,
know, your clients can, they can relate to you because you've been there. You've been where they are, right?
exactly.
And what better person to connect with than someone who's done what you're doing,
Yeah.
right?
So knowing that your story, whatever your story may be, wherever you may be on your journey, your story is your superpower. So taking those first steps to success, towards success, is knowing that your superpower, your story, and using it to serve your ideal clients, letting your ideal clients know that, you know, there's 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 tons of people in the world, tons of people in the world that have amazing stories, but because they don't share those stories, they they keep that to themselves. They keep those experiences to themselves. Um, when those experiences could motivate somebody, could lift somebody, could support somebody's journey. And so, you know, you may have been doing a lot of training in your life. Well, you know, what did you do that training for? What did you do that yoga for? What did you do that meditation for? What did you do that counseling for? What did you do that you know that travel for? What did you do with that story? What did you do that teaching for,
Yeah.
if it wasn't to share it with someone at some point?
Right?
Because you can be a mentor. You can be a mentor. Anybody can be a mentor to somebody else who's coming after you. And so your
Yeah.
story, your creativity, you know, what you are creating right now, what you have created, your core values, your skills, your experience, that sets you apart from anybody else in the world. You are unique. And so if you share that story, if you share your journey, then you are not only affecting yourself, but affecting others. Go ahead,
And
sorry.
I just want to say, and you're taking action. And that action right there is going to do more for you than the mechanical action because that is something that is authentic.
Yeah,
It's coming from your intuition.
yeah,
And that has happened to me on many occasions where I just felt this need to just to do this post, you know, just to share a little bit of something. And it was later, you know, sometimes a week later, and I've had people message me and be like, wow, I saw that. I saw your post. And you know what? It just hit me. It was exactly what I needed to hear that day. Like I was having a really bad day and it just really hit me. You know, and you never know. You know, when you feel that call to do something, do it
yeah.
because you never know who needs to hear that story that day. And that's
Exactly, exactly. And you begin to when you begin to write a post, when you begin to tell a story on your stories or whatever, maybe you're doing Instagram, maybe you're doing TikTok.
right. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter where you share your story. Ask yourself important questions that will engage your mind to look for answers. If you yourself are struggling at a certain point on your journey, then ask yourself questions. Begin to ask questions because that is in itself a call to action. When you
Absolutely.
ask a question, you engage your mind in a process of solution finding. So, you know, you're sharing your story, but you're also asking yourself a question. What can I share today? What can I do
Yeah.
today? Who can I help? What what kind of what kind of topic can I share? What story from my life, from my experience can I share with my ideal audience? What can I say to them? What can I do for them?
Yeah.
So owning
I
your
do
story.
that every day when I get a post. I don't just sit down and be like, oh, what should I say today? That comes from within, and that's exactly right. And that's a call to action, right? You're asking yourself, what do I want to share today? What do people need to hear?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
what is the message I want to share today? And
Yeah,
then let it come from within you, right?
yeah. Brene
That's
Brown
important.
said, owning your story is the bravest thing you will ever do. Own your story, own
Right?
it and share it. not just own it and hide it and keep
It's
it to
meant to be
yourself.
shared.
Yeah,
That's
share
the
your
point.
story because that's the brave part.
It
That's the
is.
brave part. Owning it, sharing it, and spreading it. It's what's meant for you to do. That's your mission. That's your
Hmm.
mission in your life.
Yeah.
So your core values, again, your skills, your experience, that's your story. And then you determine your goal. Where do you want to go?
Hmm.
For example, my goal is to inspire trust, confidence, and certainty at all times. My goal is to inspire my ideal clients to be successful, financially independent, and in charge of their own destiny. And when I say to be successful, I don't mean just to be successful financially,
Hmm.
because you can't be successful financially first before you are successful emotionally, spiritually, and in your self confidence.
Right.
It
That
just
comes first. It has to come first.
that
Everything else
has
will
to come
follow.
first. Yeah,
Hmm.
that has to come first. And for you to be able to achieve that point, you got to take action. And so
Yeah.
that's your call to action. Again, going inward, going inward before you go outward. Before you tell people to do something, you got to do it yourself. There's
It
another one.
radiate. I love this. That's so true, right, Andrea? And that was something I had heard too. Is um, everything on the outside radiates from within.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let your story, let your um, just let you radiate from the inside
yeah,
out,
exactly.
right? And I just think that's it's just a beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, and do what resonates within you.
Mhm.
Don't just you can't
Yes.
just do something because somebody wants you to do something. It's got to be authentic. It's got to come from you. And so,
Mhm. That's
when it comes to call to actions, when it comes to doing things,
yeah.
um, from the day we're born, we're taught to follow orders. We're taught to do things, and that's why when you are clear in your values, when you're clear inwardly from within, when you're clear on exactly what it is that you want to do, you want to give a definitive call to action that can work. For example, be assertive and confident rather than asking a question. For example, are you ready to join? And I make this mistake a lot. Um, when I started doing research on this about the call to actions, um,
Mhm.
everywhere I read that, and I do this a lot. I've been doing this a lot, so and it's gonna stop today.
Right there
that's
you
my
go.
that's my call to action. I'll
Right,
always write, "Are you ready? Are you ready to join?" And
right,
and rather than saying, "Are you ready to join?" you say, "Join
right.
now."
That's right.
Join.
Let's get you started right now. Let's
Yeah.
get you going. Let's go.
Yes.
Right? Yes, because when
Exactly.
you ask them, "Are you ready?" You're leaving it open for, no, not right. You're leaving it open. If you're just like, "Hey, okay, let's go." Right?
Yeah.
Let's get you started. Like, let's get you started right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
And and another example would be, want more information? Click the link below. Or want
Right.
more information? Click the link above. So you see that in TikTok, you see that everywhere. You see people, if they're doing videos, they
Mhm.
will say click here or click there, or give the next step. Give
Yes.
the next step for the person to be able to take that action. So be
Give
clear.
them an action step instead of a question. Give
Yeah,
them the action step.
exactly. So again, want more information? Click the link below.
Yeah. Right
And
now.
this is also a call to action. So
Mhm.
right here, please click the link above this video to give screen information, to post your name and comments. So that's a call to action right there. That's a call to action. Now I've done it and it doesn't work, but
But you
that
know what? That's okay because you've done it. You've done your action step. Now it's on them to do theirs.
yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And whoever you are, audience, viewer, I know we've got. There's a yes. Thank you. Hello, beautiful Sapeta. I didn't see your comments until now. So Sapeta is here,
We didn't
and
do our action step by looking at them.
yep, yep. Hello, beautiful ladies.
Hello.
Hello, Sapeta. It's so good that you're here. Thank you for being here. Yes. She says, thank you for sharing great value. Get well soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It started
Oh,
yesterday and it was like, I have a sore throat. And the thing is that I've been doing this training. I've been working with juvenile girls, and yeah, I think I'm getting her bugs now. So I'm really happy. Yay, give me all your bugs so that I can get over it and then I can start working with you
right.
even more.
There you
Yeah.
go.
So it's I think it's coming from that. I haven't been exposed to this age group or this kind of environment in a few years. So now that
Right.
I am, now I'm building
Lots of
my own.
sharing.
Yeah, yeah,
Some sharing
we're
going on.
sharing lots of things now.
Right. Aw.
Thank you, dear
Right.
Sapeta. So glad to be here. Love it. Owning my story and sharing it is the bravest thing I will ever do. Yep,
So
that's what it
true.
is. That's
Yep.
what it is. And that's what we have to do. If we don't own our story, if we don't share it, if we don't do that call to action to ourselves,
Right.
then we can't expect somebody to do something. So when
Starts
you
with us.
yes, it
Everything starts
starts
with you.
from within us. So sharing, and yes, that's right, Sapeta, sharing
Yeah.
is caring. Uh, so when you go out there today, if you watch this from beginning to end, or if you're watching this from I don't know what time, but yeah, keep taking that call to action on yourself, and
Yeah.
then invite others, just like you're doing, invite others to experience what you've experienced yourself from joining this program, from joining whatever program that you have joined. If you are confident with that program, if you feel that that program resonates with you, if you feel that that's what you want to share with others, then let them know and tell them to join this group. Tell them to join the community, and show them, guide them the way that they will be able to feel empowered, that they will be able to feel that there is something here for them, that there is something valuable here for them. And it's not just you taking action on yourself, but also taking action on your ideal clients, helping them,
Yeah.
guiding them, but also maintaining that relationship with them, so that
Yeah.
they won't feel alone, so that they will feel like you're walking together on this journey. They will know that you are also struggling in some things, in some areas. You may not be struggling in this area, but we all struggle with something. We all
Mhm.
have some kind of struggle. There is no one out there that is perfect or that has achieved all that they want to achieve. We are in a process of transformation, we're in a process of growth, and we all have challenges in our lives. So
Absolutely.
we share that with others, and then we move forward together. We help each other, we support each other. Anything else? That's the call to
No, I was like, that's right. It's so true, and we are all we're all going through our own things, right? And so I think that in the understanding, that's just being authentic. We're just real people too. And um, that's what allows your clients to connect and to see you as that, right? We're not pretending to be something that we're not. You know, um, if part of our journey is where you're at, and we can help you with that, or your
yeah,
clients with that, then that's the point, right? That's
yeah,
that's this journey.
yep. So the point for today is
Take
call
action.
to action means take action yourself, and then guide others to take action as well. So,
Yeah.
first, take action on what it is that you want in your life, what it is that you desire. You want self confidence, you want to be able to give great lives like this one, right? Yeah. You know what? The first I joined the first program that I joined. Their call to action for me was to do 95 lives. I wasn't able to do it. I was able to do 35. I did 35 lives, but I couldn't complete the challenge. I could not. I wasn't there at that time. And I just felt inauthentic. I felt like I couldn't do it. I just felt I don't understand enough of this. I don't know where I'm at on
Mhm.
my journey. And so I just couldn't do it. I couldn't take that call to action. But I didn't consider myself a failure because I didn't finish 95 lives. I just thought I'm not there yet,
Yeah.
and I will get there at some point. I'm just not there right now. And so you don't have to
That's
consider,
growth,
yeah,
right?
that's
That's growth
growth.
in itself.
Eh, yeah, and when I felt confident enough to go live and to do this, then yeah, I did it. So it's, your journey is your journey. So take it step by step.
That's right.
Um, and that's it. Just call to action on yourself and then on others. Okay.
Yeah.
Hope you have a wonderful day. Um,
Thanks, Sabara.
stay safe, stay happy. Thank you, Angela. Have a great
Thank
day at
you.
work. I'm
Yes,
gonna
I'm heading
make
out.
it, I'm gonna have a great day as well. Sapeta, thank you for being here. Really appreciate your support. Lots of love, and see you next week. Uh,
Bye.
same time, same channel. I'm not sure.
To be determined.
To be determined. Okay, have fun. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a great day. Take care, Angela. Thank you.
Bye.